way.
All right. So, as some of you know, there's been a little bit of weirdness that's happened in the last couple months. Most of you know what happened with CW Chanter and me. I wanted to let it go. I wanted to do my best to think that maybe this was something that had to do with his opinion, him being a liberal, him having these strange opinions that he has. So I wanted to let this go because as much as people want to try to jam it into your head that I'm trying to cause rifts in our community or others, no, I just want to call out people that are lying to you and give the valid reason why they are. That's what I've been trying to do for the most part in this type of video. This is going to be a boring video. It's not going to be good content. I don't want to do it right now because I'm kind of on a roll when it comes to the last few videos I've done. I've been putting out really good edited videos, and I want to continue that. But this has to be done because new information has been brought to my attention about CW Chanter. I have completely figured out what he is and who he is. And as much as I've waited a few days and told myself I wouldn't do this video and that I would just do a little edited thing to upload, after hearing some new information today, I can't do that, and I must drop the Moab on CW. CW, you did this to yourself. You should have been honest. You shouldn't have done this to this community, especially when you know what this community does. So you may have gotten yourself in over your head, but you deserve this. So let me try to think about this for the playback of the video. Let me play you a quick clip and then I'll give you the rest. Like I said, this is not against Tommy. It's not for Tommy. This is about Tommy putting out that video, Panodrama, an expose of the fake news BBC. And yes, I fully believe that Facebook and several other social media... Okay, you got the point. I did a video, which is, as you can see here, it is Tommy Robinson Band, Sweeney not reported by the MSN equals the end of the world as we know it. My whole point was this didn't have to do with Tommy Robinson and his past or his future or anything like that, that it had to do, and I said this throughout the video like 9 times. I know you know that, but just in case somebody watches this that don't know what happened, let me say this really quick. The whole point of my video, expressed in the title, expressed over and over and over and over again through the video. And if you don't think I'm telling the truth there, I invite you to watch this video streamed on February 26th. It's just like 10 videos back on my video list. Sweeney not reported by the MSM equals the end of the world as we know it. Sweeney is a very powerful reporter at the BBC. He did a report a long time ago on that church, Scientology, and it tried to expose it. He ended up yelling in one of their faces. It was a big drama explosion, along with exposing some things about Scientology back before it was a big story. And ever since then, Sweeney's been looked at the BBC as one of their main reporters, and that's why he does Panodrama. And this video right here is me telling you about the video that Tommy put up on YouTube that had to do with Sweeney trying to get some witnesses drunk implant a few stories into those witnesses, let those witnesses know that they would pay them an enormous amount of pounds if they said what they wanted them to say, and even dropping the hint that they wanted to frame him for a sexual thing. Now, that was the point of my video. I went and listened to this again just to make sure I'm not throwing CW under the bus. I listened to this video again. There is no way that even if you're drunk or high, whatever the reason may be, there's no way you could listen to my video and think that I'm talking about Tommy, pushing Tommy or anything. I don't care if you take Tommy out of this video and put in Ben Shapiro. I don't care if you put in PewDiePie. I don't care if you put in Nana or Super Panda Bear or Glow or Lee, anyone in the chat. The point of the video is so utterly obvious, and it is that a reporter's trying to set someone up and pay people and get witnesses drunk as hell. And it's not a reporter at a regular news station. It's one of the main ones in the country who's not only protected by the BBC, but also protected by a lot of American media like CNN. And once again, some of you would say, but Uni, isn't that not like your regular content? In fact, that's the type of content I have done on YouTube since my main channel started. So this is more regular content than any of the stuff I've ever done on UNIRock 2. Okay? Now, I was a little surprised that there were two people, just two. There was only two people that got mad at me for this video. It was CW and Magic Kool-Aid. Now, I thought it was weird. Right? I did a little talk with you guys here. I did a couple on Periscope when all that happened. I'm like, it's a little bit weird that the two people in this community who only have one thing in common with each other, that they're liberals, would act like this towards me. And I tried to leave it in my mind. Maybe it's because they're liberals and they hate Tommy. I don't know. Like, I'm not lying to you. I purposely... When Tommy Robinson, when I first found out about him, and I've said this a million times, you can even go back to my live stream when this happened. When he got arrested, I was trying to look into it, and everyone was begging me to cover it. Literally, email after email. Cover Tommy, free Tommy, all this stuff. And I couldn't. There was so much media that was against Tommy, saying he purposely got arrested. He walked to there when he knew he wasn't supposed to record there. So they had to arrest him and blah, blah, blah. And then there was another enormous amount of media that were saying all the opposite things. Like, no, they framed him. They did that on purpose. They're prosecuting him. And what was my decision? If you were with me back when Tommy got arrested, what was my decision because of the split media and me not being able to figure out what was the real thing from my position? I didn't cover it. I did not cover it. I took a stance of not covering it unless I could figure it out. And I haven't figured it out up to date. But I'm not like CW Chanter. I am not biased one way or the other. If Tommy is getting set up by a famous reporter, I'm going to report it if I think it's important. Just like I report when PewDiePie does. Just like I report when other people do. It's not out of my character to do what I did in that video right there. Okay, so we've got all that out of the way. Now, if you want me to, or I'm not going to do it, I could play the 52 times I say this is not about Tommy Robinson in that video. I could play it for you right now. But instead of boring you with that, if you do think I'm bullshitting, go watch it. The worst thing I've said is that I could have respected some of the stuff Tommy's done, but I don't know a lot about Tommy, and therefore I don't take a stance on him. That's the worst thing I could have said there. But Tommy has fought for free speech. There are a lot of douchebags out there. Let's look at CW. And now that I know what I know about CW, can I still respect some of the stuff that he did about when he was trying to expose Corey Good? Sure. But I don't respect him at all as a human being, and I'll never trust him again now that I know what I know. So what is what I know? Well, let me hook you up. So when those two people, Magic Kool-Aid, the YouTube channel, and CW Chanter, both on the same day, right around the same time, attacked me, I thought it was really weird. I'm like, okay, this is fucking strange. It's really out of character for Magic Kool-Aid to act that way, really out of character for CW to act that way, and it's almost like both of these guys sat down and talked to each other and came up with a narrative to push, because both of the things, when you listen to what Kool-Aid said and when you listen to what CW said, they both misrepresent everything I said, but they don't misrepresent it in their own way. It's not like CW's interpretation of the video was his own, because lo and behold, Magic Kool-Aid's interpretation of the video was the same. So I can't figure out if CW and Magic Kool-Aid, I can't figure out if it was CW that felt like he did about this video or if it was Kool-Aid, right? Because they present themselves as separate creators that are trying to do their thing, and they both are in this same community because they criticize the same kind of people. CW criticizes a swath of people that have to do a secret space program, Q, and other psyop-y type things, LARP-y type of things, as you'll say. And Magic Kool-Aid criticizes the same thing, but he adds in even like religious type things, stuff like that, right? Once again, I must stress one more thing. I find it so incredibly strange that the both of them are admitted hardcore liberals. Okay? And why do I find that weird?
Guys like Addison to hate me because...
No, I don't want to play that yet. Why do I find that weird? Not because of them being liberals. I don't care if you are a liberal or a conservative, left or right. I don't care. I hate the left-right paradigm. But I'll say this. Them being the only two liberals that I can find out of all of the content creators that kind of like hang out and criticize these guys, I do find it strange. I've said that a few times. So I did a little bit of digging after they both criticized me, and I had some people approaching me that also... See, here's another thing. Many people in the community feel the same way I do. They think it's really weird. Both of them have the same opinion, and they think it's really weird that they both mischaracterized my video so much the exact same way. And they felt like it's possible that Mr. Magic Kool-Aid and CW Chanter could have choreographed their videos together. They could have met up in a hangout, or they could have met up in a Discord server. You know, it's kind of ironic. If we had proof, if we had absolute proof that CW Chanter is meeting up in secret groups and trying to purposely misrepresent something that another content creator does, wouldn't that mean that CW Chanter is a hypocrite, right? Because it would be fine if he wasn't misrepresenting what I was saying. I wouldn't care about his opinion as long as he represented what I did correctly or accurately, at least somewhat. So, you know, because why is that strange for some of you that may not know? Well, CW Chanter is famous because he talked to a leaker who was in a group with Corey Good while Corey was trying to choreograph with other people negative, false information to put down someone else. So basically, you could say that he went on a lot of podcasts. I found him going on Apple iTunes podcasts, several YouTube podcasts, several other things. He went on a lot of those things to talk about how he busted Corey Good in a secret troll group. Wouldn't it be just as bad, though, for CW if he participated in secret troll groups? If he sat around with people in secret troll groups trying to come up with propaganda to throw at a creator they don't like anymore for whatever reason, wouldn't that be like really messed up of him? Why don't I just go ahead and drop the fucking Moab on CW for you? Here you go. He is not who you think he is.
I need guys like Addison out there to control my bullshit. I know I'm a narcissistic liar. I know I'm a megalomaniac, and I need people bringing me down.
Yeah, but
CW admits that he's a narcissistic liar. Wow, we have a headline.
Well,
Wait a minute. Whose voice is that? That was CW, but whose voice is that in the background? Let's take a listen.
absolutely.
Can we turn that into a GIF, please?
Yes, you can. I'm a narcissistic liar.
and that's one of the things that binds us together.
Wait, that's Doc. That's Doc. That's Magic Kool-Aid's co-host. He's in a fucking hangout with CW Chanter talking about how CW is admittedly a cult leader and a narcissistic liar. At first, when I found this clip, I thought CW was joking about trying to start a cult and a religion and being a narcissistic liar. I'll give you the link to this. You can listen to the whole thing yourself, because I challenge you to listen to this and see if CW isn't completely different than who he says he is. What's the most interesting thing about this? This was re-uploaded in 2016. So if it was re-uploaded in 2016, this probably came from early 2016 or 2015 even. Let's let him talk for a second, though. There's still someone in the background that I can't identify. Hold up.
We chosen few, we band of narcissistic liar brothers.
Only one of which is trying to start a fucking cult, though.
Who's that, cowboy? Who's trying to start the cult?
Yeah, what's up with that, buddy? We almost forgot about that.
Almost forgot. How could you forget about that? I live my life out in the open.
I don't know. Honestly, like, I'm just like,
I never cared enough to learn that.
Meh. Colt, it's not going anywhere. I don't care.
So some of you are going to say, but Uni, maybe that's just a guy who sounds like Magic Kool-Aid. Maybe that's not really Magic Kool-Aid. Let's just, let's start right around. Let's see, where are we at? Oh, wait, hold on. Who's that guy? Wait a minute. Who's that guy? Is that Magic freaking Kool-Aid? Now, wait, this is impossible. It is completely impossible to find out that CW Chanter and Magic Kool-Aid years ago, we're talking 3, 4, 5 years ago, have both known each other this whole time. I find it criminal even to find out that they both are best friends. I find it criminal to find out that they both are hardcore liberal SJWs. I find it criminal to find out that they both have hidden their association with each other from you for the last 2 years, year and a half, because CW wanted to be able to criticize Corey Good and grow his channel without the knowledge of his past coming back to haunt him. They forgot about a re-upload, though, because, you know, it's hard to find any of the other hangouts that are, it's almost like they took them all down. Luckily, there was a re-upload out there, and I got to record all of it. What, Magic Kool-Aid, what are you guys doing? What's going on here? Let's take a listen for a second. Let's just see what the whole thing is here.
They'd say, well, of course they would say that.
Yeah,
because
you see that with the lore a lot.
Huh. Interesting.
C-dubs, huh?
I really do. Everyone
C-dubs.
doesn't.
C-dubs, yeah, C-dubs. I like that. That's better than CW. Man, yeah, if I was someone's best friend back in 2015, I'd probably call him C-dubs back then, too.
Yeah, CW, you know, if you're an attractive guy.
Yeah, believe me, I know.
With your big gray alien eyes on, in particular.
Mm-hmm.
That's just so we don't see his eyes are so sunken and he's a depressed little.
Okay, so before I play for you all of the damning statements, let's go ahead and let me think about this out loud. Let me process this information while listening to what CW said about me after I did my video. See, why is this so strange? Why is this so incredible? Well, let me show you. See, the video that I did that included Tommy Robinson had nothing to do with the guy other than him being targeted by that reporter. And once again, I rewatched it and I honestly could not figure out how CW felt this way. Let's hear what he has to say.
At the top, just talking about some of the notes of this. So here's what I'm going to do. Here's the way I'm going to do it. I'll basically let you know. Okay, so he made a video called Tommy Robinson Banned. Sweeney not reported by MSM equals the end of the world as we know it. Again, the title of UNIRock's original video that you can see.
Yeah, it's still the title. See, my video isn't like your old videos, CW. I don't delete mine. So yeah, my video, I stand behind it 100%. I'm not taking it down. I'm not changing the title. When a mainstream media reporter can go and target, I don't give a shit if it's my mortal enemy or my best friend. When a mainstream media reporter who is provably protected by CNN, by the BBC, by ABC, by CBS, I don't care who it is that they are freaking targeting, if they're going to implant stories, pay witnesses, get witnesses inebriated and try to woo them into reporting things that aren't true, I'm the type of individual that's not going to let my feelings about who it's happening to get in the way of reporting what the mainstream media is doing. And once again, I know you've got a problem right now, you guys. You've got CW acting like I'm trying to do a pro Tommy support video, but lying through the whole video saying, I don't give a shit about Tommy Robinson. It's not about Tommy Robinson. He's trying to tell you that I didn't mean it the 40 times I said it wasn't about Tommy. That's what CW is saying right here. So you're at a crossroads. You have to ask yourself, did UNIRock say that the video didn't matter if it was Tommy, and was he trying to focus on John Sweeney and show the corruption of the media, regardless who it's pointed to? Or is Uni lying and doing a propaganda piece for Tommy Robinson? You're just gonna have to go watch my video here and make up your own mind, because I feel when you watch it, you're gonna hate CW Chanter for what you're about to hear him say. Why is CW lying about my video? Why? Why is CW teaming up in a secret conversation with Magic Kool-Aid and concocting a propaganda campaign against me using my video as a way so that they can warp it and lie about it to try to turn people politically against me when I purposely try not to let politics get in the way of what I do here? Why is he doing all of that? Well, keep that in your mind as you hear him talk.
In the description below is Tommy Robinson banned, Sweeney not reported by MSM, the end equals the end of the world as we know it. One of the things that we're going to come back to is this notion that UNIRock gets himself in trouble primarily through the use of very, very what's known as hyperbolic language and behavior.
Okay, I have no clue what the fuck he's saying when he's trying to say I get myself in trouble through the use of hyperbolic. I went on a little bit of a search, and all I could find is these two, Magic Kool-Aid and Chanter, and maybe a couple sock accounts or cronies of theirs bitching anywhere about my video. Every normal person that watched my video got the point of it and didn't flip out about it like he's trying to say. It's a complete, bold-faced, absolute lie. What CW and Magic Kool-Aid did was meet up off the air. And another thing is, CW doesn't mention that he is doing this with Magic Kool-Aid. He's not being upfront about working with Magic Kool-Aid to do this. Why not? He expects Corey Good to be upfront about his dealings. I do too, by the way, about his propagandistic dealings on closed Facebook groups. So why isn't CW being upfront with his propagandistic dealings with Magic Kool-Aid? Why didn't they just do the video together? They've streamed together so many times back in 2015, 2016. Why didn't he just bring him in and, go in with him? Maybe they thought, could it be that they thought it would be more powerful? It would influence more people against me if they both pretended to be separate from each other and both pretended to have the same viewpoint. They thought maybe it would take the viewer and be like, well, two creators think it, not one, when really it is just these two. Let's let him keep going.
To what end? Why? If it's a personal peccadillo, if it's psychology, or if it's him trying to game the system, trying to game the algorithms to get views, I'm not going to make a judgment upon.
Okay, so a guy, me, who gets an average with those types of videos of 1,000 to 1,500 views, when my normal content on my main channel gets an average of 10 to 50 to 100,000 views, and the content that I do on like the edited stuff that I do, that like the Jaren expose, other conspiracy exposés, the Q exposés, their average views is somewhere between 5 and 20,000 per video. So I'm just willing to go out of my way and talk about a topic that, yes, I do know isn't going to get a lot of views. Let's see how many views I got. 2,700. So I must have gamed the system here, didn't I, CW? I've been gaming the system a lot, right? Huh. Or it could be the him and Magic Kool-Aid. This is part of their little propaganda. Let's let him talk, though. We'll be able to figure it out.
I'm simply going to state the following. I began watching this video, and at 25 minutes in, I was able to do a very simple process that led us to the title of this video,
Okay. 25 minutes in. Let's go ahead and give him that benefit. Let's go to 25 minutes in and see what I'm saying. Let's just see if it makes sense. Here we go. We'll be nice. 24 minutes and 56 seconds. Let's hear it for a second. Shitty conspiracy theories and proving who is behind them, and it took me a long damn time of doing it. I'm really thorough. I cannot find a single screen cap, a single piece of evidence that Tommy Robinson said something on Facebook in the last 2 days, the last week, or the last 3 weeks. Now, could it be out there? Could there be evidence out there? Sure. Why does it scare me so bad? Why does it? Okay, it seems like, well, hold on, I could just be delusional, CW, but it seems like throughout my whole video, I am saying both sides. I'm not just pushing one side there. I said that I can't find the things that got Tommy banned. But that's what every single other YouTuber said also. Do you want to know why, CW, all of the other YouTubers said that they couldn't find the things that got Tommy banned? Because they're not there. We can't find them. It's a true statement. At least back then, I don't know. If somebody found it by now, I have no clue. But Sargon said it, Styx said it, all kinds of YouTubers said that they couldn't find any evidence that Tommy said the things that he said. Now, throughout my whole video, I can just count. I could run a tally of how many times I make sure to state the other side. I make sure to not roll one side of the dice. I'm doing both. I'm telling people, sure, it's possible that Tommy said these things. But then again, we don't have a single piece of evidence of it. So that's just a fact, though. You know, let's hear a little tiny. Let's go ahead and do him a favor. He started at 25. Let's just skip through and see, because last time CW criticized me, he watched about 10 minutes, 12 minutes of my video. Let's skip through 10, 12 minutes. Let's do it in under 30 seconds. Let's hear what I'm saying. You know, CW, if I did do what you're saying I did, you know, in this video, I don't know why I'd be sitting here playing it right now. Oh, is it because you're lying? Yeah, it is.
We've had many debates about that.
Instagram are banning British far-right activist Tommy Robinson for posting hate speech, so they say. Robinson, whose real name is blank, I don't care, is being... I'm going to skip me reading the article, of course. He's using a bunch off these platforms. Here we go. I don't mind if you do if he did something wrong. But why aren't you banning this BBC famous reporter guy? Now, hold on, audience. Am I really sitting here trying to focus my content towards John Sweeney, just like I've said the whole time? Have I not accurately represented my video? I constantly am telling you, regardless of what's happening to Tommy Robinson, that it's John Sweeney that I have a problem with. That the fact that he tried to set someone up, regardless of who it is. Now, let's take that context and hear how CW took my video.
UNIRock debunked with 5 seconds of research. Basically,
so he's going to debunk my video. Now, I just proved to you, and you can prove it to yourself if you want more of my video. I urge you to watch it. I really do. Because you're going to fucking hate CW by the end of it. Because he's lying. There's no fucking way around it. I don't give a shit how drunk he is. There's no way he watched my video and came out the other end thinking what he's saying here. But let's give him the benefit of the doubt. He says he's going to debunk my video. My video is asserting that John Sweeney set up Robinson, so that's what he's going to debunk. Let's see.
I watched 25 minutes of the video. He made multiple...
Oh, he watched 25 minutes. Well, shit. My video has the record feature on, just like it should right now. Let me make sure it didn't get clicked off or something. Let's see. Oh, nope. I can go back. So CW could have went back to the beginning of my video and heard all of it. Why does that matter? Because CW apologized to me on his own channel about 3 weeks before this video, and he said this. He said, you know what, UNIRock, I should have watched more of your video before I reacted. I'm sorry, and I will try to come to you when I have a problem with you and ask you and talk to you about it in the future. Now, I didn't like beg him to say that or prod him to. He said that, and then he apologized for not watching my video because he admitted he took the last time he got pissed at me, he admitted to me face-to-face through Hangouts on his own channel and recorded on mine. He said that he basically shouldn't have done what he did. But 3 weeks later, he's back to doing it. I find that very, very telling.
Hyperbolic statements. He made one hyperbolic statement that made me scratch my head and say, I don't know how that's possible. So I paused the video.
Okay.
And I did a 5-second Google search and debunked him.
Oh, let's hear it.
So what we're going to do is I'm going to start at the top, just talking about some of the notes that I had been making in the process of intending to watch the full video by UNIRock.
Wait, you still haven't watched my full video, and yet you're sitting here just going at me hard fucking core. Okay, well, now we know what you do when you criticize all these people that you criticize. You don't try to get the full fucking picture of what's going on. You definitely try to pigeonhole people by just taking small pieces of their content and running with it. At least we have that.
But then we'll get to the end. Then I'll do the debunking, and then we'll go back to some of his statements, and I'll explain to you just a little
I find it so telling that he admits to only 20 minutes of the video and yet does an hour-long debunking. Very unprofessional.
Personal analysis of what I think is happening, what can happen with UNIRock, what does happen with UNIRock.
You know what we should be worrying about, CW? We should be worrying about what can happen with you, who you really are, what your goal is, what you're trying to do, and it's really fucking good that I've got all of that nailed right now. So I'm going to go ahead and be nice. Let's go ahead and put it on 1.5 times speed. Give him a second to kind of woo you guys before I fucking expose this asshole.
And I'll say, a personal thing or two, and then we'll be out of here. It's very simple. Okay. So he starts off, this is UNIRock speaking. I was doing things today, and then I walked right into this whole Tommy Robinson being banned thing.
Which is true. I was sitting on my couch after live streaming the night before, and Sargon's video popped up, okay?
Luckily, I saw Sargon's video. Okay. Now, I want to pause there to point out that...
No, I mean that. Luckily, I saw Sargon's take, because if I would have saw, like, I don't know, Fox, or not Fox, but maybe CNN's take, maybe I would have just clicked buy it and never known that John Sweeney was manipulating the situation.
Already, this is part of what...
Could Tommy also be manipulating the situation? Well, if you'd watched my video, CW, I said that throughout the entire thing, by the way. And yes, even if Tommy's manipulating the situation a little bit, that doesn't excuse Sweeney from manipulating the situation like he did. Let's let him continue.
UNIRock does. Theory. UNIRock, because of a personal obsession, because of a financial need, or for some alternative explanation.
Okay, well, let's go ahead and debunk that financial need part. Because this is what people who try to, come at me always do. They say, he does his live show because of money. Now, I would open up the analytics from my main channel and, hook you guys up with the amount of money that I make when I post there regularly. But you can just go to Social Blade and go back a few months and see that I made, I'll just be straight up here, at even a couple months when I was posting regularly, when I came over to UNIRock 2, I was making anywhere around $500 to $2,000 a month from UNIRocktv. That number is a massive amount more than what I make with my live show. Okay? I could have just stayed on my main channel and continued making a boatload more money than I ever made over here. The first 6 months I streamed over here, I was streaming under 1,000 subs. My other channel was at 20,000, and I didn't make shit. I do my live show because I like my live show. I live stream because I want to, okay? It's the same reason CW does it, right? I would think. Let's hope.
Nation feels the need to behave as what's known as a life streamer. Essentially, he broadcasts hours and hours of content a day. Sometimes it's quite amazing how much he does.
Okay, a life streamer isn't even a real thing. I don't know what, where he's going with that. And maybe one of you guys can tell me later, a live streamer. I'm not an IRL streamer. I'm not out pounding the pavement showing you guys my whole life. I'm just doing a live show and chilling with you guys, streaming my ass off. Anyway.
Theory. For whatever reason that he feels compelled to do this, this need to have this activity creates a need to have content to report on.
CW, I don't know if you've been on the internet in the last, I don't know, couple years. If you're not a moron, there is a massive amount of content that you can report on. There's never a shortage. Never. Okay? I could be doing a video game video. I could go to UNIRocktv and do those type of videos over there and be completely... I could be busy, you know, twice as much as I am if I wasn't doing this live show on the main channel. These arguments, you want to talk about me doing some like research into Tommy Robinson when my video is about media corruption? Well, why don't you do some research into what I do when your video is solely about me here? But anyway, let's give him one more second and then we'll get into the rest, because I'm almost done.
Suggest that some of the critiques about him are born of this behavior. Number one critique is that he steals people's content. And we could talk about that if we want to, but that's part of his reputation.
No, you should. I want you to talk about that because I'm about to debunk you.
That he takes the research and findings of other YouTube content creators or other internet researchers and presents them on his stream as if they are his own, as if he came up with them or did the research out of whole cloth. We're going to leave that to the side here. We're not going to try and address that issue now.
Okay, that's all I needed from CW, and I can completely fucking expose his propagandistic agenda. Okay. I truly think I know who he's working with besides Magic Kool-Aid too, but I'm going to hold that for another video that we're working on in the background. We got to wait until we get a little bit of data back from some people that have been close to CW in the past, and then I'll hook you up there. Okay, so what am I doing right now? I'm scrolling back in my content. Now, there's a lot of it, okay? Because I love streaming. What you're going to find if you go back far enough, we're starting to get there. All right. You start to notice that I stream back when I do an investigation. He's either talking about, the only thing he could be saying that I steal content from is an investigation, okay? Because that's the only time I've even claimed that it was my information. Luckily, I've only done a handful of investigations. One was the Q thing. One was the backyard brawl thing. What other ones could there possibly be, right? Now, me reporting on something, I always give my source. So he could not possibly be talking about that. He's talking about my investigations. What I want to make sure you understand, if you think that I didn't do everything myself when it came to the Q thing, besides what I specifically told you I got from someone else, I invite you to go back and watch any of my old Diet Psyop Coke, Aftermath, in-game, or my investigational streams. Because one thing you're going to notice is that I streamed it all, CW. I know there are a lot of people out there that want to say anything they can because they're bold-faced liars, but a lot of those people, just like CW, don't realize, because he didn't watch me back then, I streamed everything when it came to the investigation. I was in this chair pretty much from wake up to sleep, and the stream was on. So if you want to go around telling people that a part of that investigation or a part of the other ones that I've done, that I took something from someone else, you're going to have to find the exact thing, the clip, go find the clip inside the live show and show where I stole it from someone and then mispresented it as not my stuff. But good thing we don't have to do that. We don't have to worry about that for this video because he doesn't name any specifics, but I know what he's talking about. Let me go ahead and see if I can grab the video for you. See, CW got really butthurt because he said that I didn't shout him out enough when I reported on the secret Facebook troll group. That's what all of this is about, other than the stuff with Magic Kool-Aid, but I can get to that in a minute too. Let's see here. It's CW Chanter cashing the check that his mouth just wrote. Let's see, where is it at? It's right around here. Nope, down this way. So after CW emailed me, he admitted this inside of this video, by the way. He emailed me telling me that I should cover the story of, we all need to report this finding about Corey Good with the secret troll group. after he asked me to cover it, and I did. There it is. Cash in the check that his mouth just wrote. So if you're interested in this whole subject, I would watch this, because CW, being this hard ass that he is in his video, he's pissed because I slayed him in this video. So I was chilling. I'd already invited CW to come on my channel and talk a few times when it was all going on, and for some reason he wouldn't come. And when I was sitting on UNIRock Archive, and the stream is there, by the way, I was sitting on UNIRock Archive playing a video game, waiting on my dinner to get here so I could go live at 8 p.m., 8:30 p.m. on UNIRock 2. CW's doing a stream where he's crying like a little baby about me. I tell him to come on the show at 8. He won't. He says it has to be right then. So I broadcasted it. It is called CW Chanter cashing the check that his mouth just wrote for some insane reason. And if you watch this, you will hear CW eventually apologize like a little bitch, tell me that he should have watched my video before criticizing me, that basically he was wrong, and that if next time he had a problem, like I stated earlier, he'd come to me. The best part is at the end. You should probably hear it for yourself. I would play it right now, but Mr. Chanter's probably already, hyped up about this video here, and if I play this, the hype level will go into maximum overdrive because he got really embarrassed in this. So I'll just leave it to you to watch on your own. CW Chanter cashing the check that his mouth just wrote. Now, let's go ahead, and instead of looking at this, trying to figure out why he's specifically doing this, I'll just tell you. I'll hook you up with the fact that CW exposed himself, unfortunately, as being the thing that he's trying to criticize for the last few months. And basically, why would he do that? Because he's been working for a very long time trying to build a presence on YouTube. He's up to 4,000 subscribers, right? All that time of him working on YouTube, he didn't break 500 subscribers. But this Corey Good thing broke him into 4,000. What if you found out that he's just as bad as Corey Good? What would you think about him then? Well, let me hook you up. Let's finish this horrible fucking video out. Let's go to the live chat, and then we'll get out of here.
Think so. Listen, I'm gonna tell you something. If any cult goes anywhere, it's gonna be mine. Straight to the top.
CW, check your inbox.
Okay, not a problem.
Apparently, there's ex-audience.
Believe it.
Really now?
Wow.
That like
There we go.
so
CW
intriguingly came to Patrick's defense.
We need Steven to come in here and show CW who's the real cult leader.
Yeah, Steven, come on. We got 33 minutes. Steven, 33 is your number because you're the Messiah. Come on. We need you, Steven.
I want to see if this Christian punches Nappy in his face.
You know what? I want to
see. Very nice, sir.
Very
nice, sir. Debate. I hope listen, Ass, I'm going to save that one. I hope you, that's going to be my new wallpaper. I like it.
All right. Well, now that we're all sucking each other's dicks again, let's get back to the show.
The people who work for you.
Oh, I don't have anything to do with that.
Yeah.
Okay, so what is my point? Sum it all up from the beginning on. Here you go. CW has been getting the attention not just of people that are interested in the things he's trying to present about good, but he's been getting the attention of other creators for a while, like Joe from the Carolinas. Him and Joe talk to each other because their content being the same. And if you'll recall, everyone was thrown for a loop maybe, let's say a few months before all of that shit happened with the secret troll group. You remember when CW started throwing Joe under the bus and there was a big rift going on. Eventually it was solved, and I don't even know how because I didn't pay attention much. But people started coming to me and basically telling me, why is CW attacking Joe from the Carolinas? And it's going against everything everyone's trying to do, because we're all on the same team. At least it looked that way, right? Long story short, though, I was kind of fucking surprised, too, that out of nowhere, I was getting berated by Magic Kool-Aid and CW. And I ignored them because I only had to respond saying one thing. And I presented it. That if you watch my video, Tommy Robinson banned, Sweeney not reported by MSN, the end of the world as we know it, and then watch CW's video, UNIRock debunked with 5 seconds of research, and then watch Magic Kool-Aid's video, you're going to be just as confused as everyone else was. As I continually make sure that everyone understands that my video is about the media, Sweeney, and this whole documentary that was released like the day before I did the video, they both, for some reason, have the same opinion that I am pro Robinson. It doesn't matter if I say I'm not. Doesn't matter what I say in my video. They are going to take it to be the complete opposite for some reason. I don't believe that two different people that are not connected to each other, that don't talk to each other, that don't have like the same viewpoint. I don't believe that two separate people out of nowhere both warp out my video and lie to everyone about what I said in it so that they could do like a hit piece at me. I found it very strange. I found it even more strange when I started getting emails, tweets, and people in my Discord talking about how CW and Magic Kool-Aid both have been friends for years, that they talk daily, if not regularly, and that they're purposely not putting their content together now so that they can, quote unquote, have more of an effect, grow more, blah, 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 YouTube stuff. So I'm going to invite you to watch this video. It's the Psychic Vampires podcast on October 28th of 2016. This is a re-upload, and it's Psychic Vampire Battle Romney Troubles, Addison versus CW Chanter, TI's Gay, Shamans, and more. And this is the video where CW is in the middle with Doc and Omni. They're all old friends. They state all of it here. They all like working together to do their podcast. Good, right? It's a good thing. Other than, let me find it. There he is. That's where I pulled the clip from. Remember the clip in the beginning where CW is saying, I'm a narcissist, I'm this, I'm that? Well, he says, I'm a narcissist, I'm a liar, I'm all this, and then he talks about his cult that he's creating and all this shit. That's from this video, Psychic Vampire Battle Romney Troubles. Go watch it. They're old buddies from back from 2015 and 2016. So basically, I do now know that it's true. These guys are working together. What are they working together toward? What is their goal? I'm not sure, but I know this. I now know this. I now know why, because a lot of you were confused too. Why is CW, warping Uni's video out? Why is Omni warping his video out? Well, now you know. Because yes, they did both sit down and discuss warping my video out and both going at me the same day to have more of an effect or whatever the fuck it was. I mean, it didn't have an effect, obviously, but still, what I want you to understand is CW not being upfront about him doing this and him sharing this agenda, this goal, right? Him not being upfront about working with Omni and both taking my video out of context purposely to make me look bad because they're pissed at me. I know why CW's pissed. Like I said, the video's on the channel. CW cashing the check that his mouth just wrote. In the end, when CW comes at you and says, hey, I'm the guy exposing Corey Good and his secret troll group. Yeah, that's a good thing. It's good that we have the data, we have the screenshots, we know what happened with Corey Good and Jordan Sather, the entire troll group, and the methods that they took, the deceptive methods that they took to try and make the criticizers of Corey Good look bad, right? You got me? Well, CW is just as fucking bad because they did conspire together to warp out the video that I did That's why they both had the same damn opinion. And they both conspired together about what tactics would work and what wouldn't, and then executed it. Now, if he would have just been upfront about it, do I mind if people have a Discord server, go to Hangouts, share their opinion, think the same thing? I don't mind at all. But when they both are deceptively representing my video, that's when he's just as bad as Corey Good, in my opinion. So I want to make sure you guys understand that. Make sure when CW brings you a future topic, make sure that he's make sure you ask him, who's he working with in the background, because we now know he's incapable of being honest with you and letting you know up front. Make sure you understand, if you see CW and some of his hidden, unadmitted buddies both forming the same illogical opinion about something, just be careful in the future. Then you'll know it's one of their little butthurt little, fucking agendas instead of being some truthful opinion. And just make sure that you have that information when you roll forward with him. And now let's go to the live chat. Okay, so this guy says, what's the problem with Tommy Robinson? Well, I'll hook you up. As I've stated throughout the entire video that I did, I wasn't giving an opinion on Tommy Robinson. The media is lying about him. I do think that it's possible Tommy is misrepresenting some things about the media too. It's kind of like the media is going at Tommy. They're using dirty, deceptive tactics to try to take him down and attack him. That's what my video was showing you, that there is real evidence that the media is using deceptive tactics to attack Tommy. Not what CW or Omni said. But I do think that there is evidence out there Tommy overreacts and plays out things against the media also. My point is, and the point I've made forever on my channel, I don't know what to think about Tommy Robinson because of the amount of disinformation that's out there. How can I form a good opinion about, I already know the media's lying. There's too much accusation that Tommy is misrepresenting some things. I'm willing to hear what people's opinions are and think about it, but I'm telling you, and I've been up front, I didn't try to say I wasn't. I never pushed Robinson. Never did anything on it. I strictly said that I have not enough information to know about him, and therefore, that's why my video. If I had an opinion on Robinson, it's too obvious, but if I did have an opinion on Robinson, when I did this video, I would have given it. The reason I didn't give an opinion on him is because the video it wasn't about Tommy. Okay. So, let me scroll through the chat, see what else you guys got. Gaming Dude said, CW Chanter, you started your own cult of trolls, I see. What, are there CW trolls in here? Lisa said, CW, just admit you have some problems with alcohol and anger. They don't mix. CC, getting attacked by germs only makes your immune system stronger. Lee says, go to a meeting. Fake C frauds and beggars, some mofo time me out. Don't get pissed. There is some weird shit going on with the chat. And mods, be cool, but make sure also you understand that the moderation inside the chat has been changed and things work a lot different now, so. DB says that I have them by the gonads. I've had them the entire time. I mean, it was just too. That's why their little coordinated attack on me didn't work, because it was too fucking obvious, right? There was already rumors that they were, hatching plots themselves in a Discord or a server or a Hangout or something or a Facebook group. And of course, a lot of us were like, well, I'll wait till I have some proof for it. But when they both came out with the same obviously warped out, or when they both came out purposely lying about what I said in my video, that was like 90% of people, that was enough for them. There was still like a small group, though, that were trying to be resigned and wait. You know, you got all the information you need now. CW, regardless of anyone out there, can do good and bad. But in my opinion, and I'll just give you mine, you can have your own. I'm stating it's my opinion. He is a hypocrite. He's a bold-faced hypocrite. He's just been busted doing the same thing he exposed Corey for. No one gives a shit about people meeting up and talking and hanging out. But what we care about is when you meet up and you both plot to misrepresent my video in the same way and then don't even tell people that you guys are talking to each other to do it. That's when I have an issue. That's when I give a fuck. That's when I stop trusting either of them, you know? Distorted says, this is funny. CW is right here chatting in a video about himself, lol. It won't be a place for peaceful discord until after this video's over, because CW and probably Kool-Aid also are both in here with their little trolls and, you know, alt accounts stirring things up. So after this is over, I'm sure, so. That's right, Nietzsche, you know it. CW says I'm working with your mom, if that is him. Let's see. It was. Hold on. I want to make sure I clip that. No, we already know who you're working with, CW. Everyone knows it's out in the open now. Just in case you guys didn't see this, let me show you. You tried hard, CW. You got busted. Just deal with it. Just... Yeah, we actually... How about I just play it in your own words, CW? Here. Let me play it in your own words.
You were on. I fucking muted you. How does it feel?
I think...
Take your side in the Omni and Ian versus wrong thing, but fuck you.
It's right after this.
No one
Don't
knows
worry.
what he said.
Fuck CW Club.
There you go.
Somebody...
Keep it short and sweet.
I heard fuck.
Guys, what do you want to do? What do you want to do next? Well, first off, let's ask.
I don't know. What do you want to do?
Addison, who's better, me or Ron?
What? It depends.
No, at being a human being.
As a human
Easy.
being,
Yeah.
well, clearly Ron.
Oh, that's sweet.
I'm done with you.
Oh wait, no, actually, Ron hasn't done Patrick John Coleman Needs Help remastered yet, so fuck you, Ron. On the
There
air.
is coming, man. I'm working on some other shit. Okay.
Now,
There
CW,
is no other shit that
Ron,
he's working on apart from he basically needs help. That is a masterpiece.
Ron's been putting together this movie for a long time. It's going to be huge. It's going to blow the lid off of some stuff when it comes out.
I did.
Actually.
No, yeah. Okay, let's just... okay, we got CW in here.
EA co-editing to.
He's trying to defend himself. Let's let CW defend himself. As long as his points are logical. Let's start with this one. Tommy Robinson, who you said you agreed with on some points. Okay. Did I say what points I agreed with him on? No. You could have asked me instead of lying to your audience about it, because the only thing I agree with him on is when he does speak, like the things I've heard him say. The only thing I could, you know, in a few minutes, which admittedly in my video I said I did not research Tommy Robinson and I didn't plan to. If you would have watched more than 18 minutes of my video, CW, you would have heard it for yourself and saved yourself all this trouble. But the only thing I agree with him on is the stuff he said about free speech. So I heard him make some statements on free speech. When I clicked around trying to see, I typed Tommy Robinson exposed, listened to what people had to say before I did the video you flipped about. Didn't get much of anything on either side. Just like I still agree with you on some points, CW, even though I know you're a bold-faced, narcissistic, sociopath, alcoholic liar. What is it? That's where I'm at. Yeah, 236. Oh, 3? Okay. You know, even though I now believe fully that you are just as bad as Corey Good, it doesn't mean I don't disagree with you on Corey Good being a dick, right?
There. I just want to let you know that I understand where you're coming from, and so here you go. You're in the circle of trust.
Do you still hate CW, Addison?
Oh, yeah.
He's
Fuck
allowed
CW.
to. That's allowed. No, listen. I want guys like Addison to hate me because I need guys like Addison out there to control my bullshit. I know I'm a narcissistic liar.
Well, now you can add me to someone that you hate that will keep your narcissistic lying in check, CW. I don't think you've changed at all from this 2016 hangout to now. I don't think you've changed one bit. I think you're still a narcissistic, sociopathic liar that's just trying to make it on YouTube, and you're projecting your bullshit onto me and my channel, just like you did with Joe from the Carolinas. Hey, when you did it to Joe, I was nice enough to give you a second chance. When you went at Joe the same way you went at me, but you did it to Joe like 3 months before you did it to me. Now, it only took you a few days, and you realized the community wasn't going to fucking follow you, trust you, or watch your show at all while you were treating Joe like that. And you quickly shifted, like narcissistic, sociopathic, pathological liars do. You shifted back to supporting Joe because you realized your show would go to shit if they knew what you really thought about Joe. And you did damage control enough. And because the community is so kind, the community said to themselves, you know what? We're going to give CW a pass on this one. But then when you came at me with a bunch of narcissistic, sociopathic, warped out, played out lies, community's not going to have that. And they're not going to go off of my opinion, bro. They're going to look at the evidence that's out there. They're going to go watch my video that I did that you are pissed off about. They're going to go watch yours. They're going to go watch Kool-Aid's. And then they're going to hear what I said. And when they hear me over and over and over again state that I'm not a supporter of Tommy Robinson and I'm not against Tommy because I don't have enough info to make up my mind either way with all the disinformation out there, they're going to get really pissed off when they start to hear all those things you tried to tell people I was saying in my video. Luckily, I didn't private, delete, change my video at all. So they don't have to believe you. But the thing that's exposed now is your willingness to lie about another creator. You were willing to lie about what I said in my Tommy video. You were willing to lie about Joe from the Carolinas 3 months before. You are willing to lie when it fits you to get more subs or when you get butthurt that I didn't shout you out enough. By the way, since all that happened, we did a count. I got up to 30 damn shout outs to CW before I stopped counting and realized that that was just, I didn't need to count any further. So yeah, CW, you're so fucking drunk. And you're back on off the wagon, and that's why you're acting like this. You need to get fucking clean, bruh. But you're so drunk, even with 30 shout-outs in 2 videos, you still want to act like I didn't shout you out enough. And that's the reason all this happened. That's it. You got mad at me because you thought that I didn't shout you out enough because of the fucking drink. And unfortunately, I just did, you know that thing that people say I'm not good at, CW? You know that case you tried to make about how I'm not good at digging things up? I'm not a good investigator? Well, I don't know if you're necessarily right because you don't want to know what I've dug up on you. See, this video is me being fair with you, CW. I know all about your past. I know all about what you've done. I got a lot more on you, okay? You're just lucky that I'm not the things you said I was, or I would just drop it all right the fuck now. And it would be a nuclear Moab instead of this Moab that I'm giving you.
There. I just want to let you know that I understand where you're coming from, and so here you go. You're in the circle of trust.
Do you still hate CW, Addison?
Oh, yeah.
He's
Fuck
allowed
CW.
to. That's allowed. No,
I like that Addison guy.
listen. I want guys like Addison to hate me because I need guys like Addison out there to control my bullshit. I know I'm a narcissistic liar. I know I'm a megalomaniac, and I need people bringing me down.
Yeah, but
CW admits
So at first, I'm thinking that CW's joking. I honestly did at first, but if you think he's joking, you should hear the whole podcast before they yank it. Don't worry, I recorded it. In case they do, I'll re-upload it. But CW says, Tommy Robinson, who you said you agreed with on some points. Well, do you think I'm going to say I don't or something? You think right now I'm not going to say, yeah, what he said about free speech and what he said about some of the other logical things he said that are in line with things I believe? Yeah, why would I lie, CW? Because Tommy, people hate him? Just because people hate him, you think I'm going to lie to my audience and say, no, I disagree with what Tommy said about free speech? You know? No. I won't. But you don't even have to worry, because I told everybody what I thought in my video. See, you just didn't accurately represent what I said. You got me? Tommy Robinson is white power, by the way. It's skipped. Let's hope it's still there. He says Tommy Robinson is white power, by the way. So you're telling me that if I disagree with certain things about Tommy Robinson, that I must disagree about everything he said, right? Because I don't support Tommy Robinson, and I said it in every video I've made where he's come up. I've said it. I never said that I agreed with Tommy Robinson's white power belief system. I don't agree with Tommy Robinson's Zionist opinions either. All I can say I agree with are some statements, the only couple statements I've heard him say. I'm sure they've yanked the stuff that he said about white power, because I can't find it. But I know the stuff that he said about free speech is still on the internet. Maybe, if you wanted to make these points, CW, you could make them. You could talk to people about them. You could conversate with them. But the whole point of this video, CW, just like you missed the entire point of my video here, you're missing the whole point of this video that I'm broadcasting right now. The whole point of this video is to show that you are a hypocrite, a narcissistic hypocrite that views your viewers as little propagandas junkies. You feel like when it's necessary, you can lie to your audience and morph what other people say so that it fits the goal that you have, which I luckily have figured out. I mean, I know you want to grow your YouTube channel. I know you want to be popular and have a big channel and all this. That's one of your goals. But yeah, you still have your liberal agenda. That's the other part of your goals. Maybe you will get famous. Maybe a bunch of liberals will want to watch your channel, right? And you get them. Go get them, bro. Go get all those people to come hang out and sub to you. I'm going to still do what I do. I'm going to sit here and do my videos without worrying what liberal SJWs like CW Chanter think about my videos. I'm going to keep doing it my way, regardless of how much you try to go game the community into believing what you think about my video. Because my audience and everyone else on YouTube, if they want to know what I think about someone or a certain issue, they just ask me. They don't play your game that we now have absolute proof that you do, CW. Your game is going to your channel and trying to tell people what another person thinks. That's most of the reason why I think you didn't play me saying what I said. Instead, you told people what I said. But anyway, all right, let me scroll up. Let's hope that CW's still in the chat there and I can read what he wrote. I came up with free Doshi, numbnuts, says CW. I thought Lee Veltman did, but, maybe you did. Who cares? Fuck Doshi. Why don't you let me talk man to man, Uni? Why don't you just go live on your channel and tell all the lies you want there, buddy? That's what you did last time after promising you'd come to... Hold on a minute. And some of you aren't going to believe that the CW is saying this, so let me show you. Why don't you let me come talk man to man, Uni? CW, your drunk ass told me that you would do that yourself if you had a problem with one of my videos the next time you had a problem. You could have come and talked to me. I promised you the last time I spoke with you that if you had any issue with me, you could come on my show on primetime and I would let you sit and talk to me. Ask me whatever questions you want and actually speak to me. I don't talk to narcissistic liars because they're just going to lie. I mean, I will. I talked to Pamphlet after I knew he was a narcissistic liar and several others because, then shows people more and more and more evidence that they're narcissistic liars. But thank God I now know what you are. You see, CW, I don't need to let you talk on my channel because you already did it here. You already said everything you needed to say right here, okay? You're not going to pull a Joe from the Carolinas on me, right? And I'm not mad at Joe. Joe's a forgiving guy. He forgave you, right? I forgave you for what you did to Joe. I'm not going to forgive you for this one. Deal with it. And if you wanted to come talk, I don't know why you're sitting here talking about my mom in the chat. Why are we talking about this now, says C. Because I just found out that you worked with Magic Kool-Aid and came up with a plan to warp my video. You and Magic, okay, let me just state it again, because even CW is pretending like he doesn't fucking get it. And I'm going to hook my mods up for a minute before I give the end of this video. So here we are. 1 second. Everybody got to say everything they wanted to say. There we go. Members only. And I'm going to end this out. And I'm going to sum it up. Let me let you know, CW. Not that song, Biz. That one. See, last time I talked to CW, you know what he told me? You know what he said? You won't believe it. You won't believe your ears. Why are you worried about? What are you worried about, CW? Why are you scared? You scared that the truth's out? You scared that people know now? Maybe I would be too. All right. So in this video, CW, on my channel, CW Chanter cashing the check that his mouth just wrote for some insane reason. You try to beg me not to listen to the video that you did on me that day. Remember that? I was streaming on my backup channel, playing a video game, waiting on my dinner to get there. You went on live on your channel, started throwing a hissy fit about how I had to talk to you right then and there. I said, yeah, give me 30 minutes. You said, no, you're a pussy. No 30 minutes right now. I said, let me eat my fucking dinner. It's not even 8 o'clock yet. It's not even time for the show. And I went ahead and went over and talked to you, remember? And you begged me not to watch the video that you did about me that day that I already had watched, where you were sitting there just insulting me and putting me down and saying all this crazy shit, right? See, you have an alcohol problem, all right? When you're drunk as fuck, you get online and you just have this word salad that comes out, and your true intentions come out with it, okay? Now, I did you a favor, CW. When you made this shitty video, the Tommy Robinson thing, you and Magic Kool-Aid, when you guys made that shitty fucking videos you guys made trying to tell people what I said in my video without even directing them to my video or playing my video. If you did play it, I know for a fact you didn't play me saying that I didn't agree with Tommy Robinson and that I wasn't pushing him and that I wasn't against him, that I was not had enough information to go with. But you never represented that in your video, even though I said that many times in mine. I represented both sides. My point, you are wishy-washy, okay? You let your alcoholic ranting get in the way of your judgment, and it causes these problems. In this community, we don't have time for that bullshit, right? You want to go get drunk and sit on your channel and fucking party? Do it. Just stop, if you're going to talk about serious things like Corey Good creating a fucking troll group and trying to smear a bunch of people and dox you, maybe you should stay sober for those videos so that you don't make the mistakes you're making. Because whatever the fuck else happened, I know some facts now that I didn't know a few weeks ago when you did your shitty video. Now I know who you were working with. I now know that you did meet with them and talk about how you both were going to handle my video. I know that you both misrepresented everything I did in my video purposely. Now, when I thought you were just drunk misrepresenting my video 2 weeks ago, even if you were drunk, now I know you were working with someone else building an anti-UNIRock propaganda campaign, which is ridiculous. I don't even know why you think it would work. I don't know what you think it would accomplish. All it's going to do is alienate my viewers from your channel, okay? That's all it's going to do. And damn well they should be. They're, you know, the other option was to just fucking come and, not alone. I wouldn't have talked to you in private. I would have broadcasted the conversation live. You could have said everything you wanted to say straight to me. And you can't use the defense that you didn't know that. Why? Because I've got it recorded. You promising me that you will do that if you have another issue with me. I even told you can still go on your channel and rail against me, but since you know me and since I'm cool with you, why don't you just come talk to me when you have a problem? And you agreed. I know why you didn't come talk to me. Magic Kool-Aid doesn't like me either. You think it's not obvious? You think I don't know it? What? You think people that hang out with you guys don't talk to me? Do you immediately think that they're telling you the truth, those other guys, about how they feel about other YouTubers? Because they're just going to tell you what they want to hear, right? That's how it works. Long story short, you should have been honest with your subscribers. You should have said, hey, me and Magic Kool-Aid were sitting around, and we both are mad at UNIRock for this and that and this. The community would have respected you more. But it's just so ironic, CW, that what you decided to do was, you know, go on this thing against Corey Good when you yourself support secret propaganda campaigns in a private chat and the type of methods that Corey used. You support those methods. You don't support doxing. I know that. I'm not saying that. I know you're a guy that generalizes. Most liberal SJWs do generalize like this, and I know that's what you are. You said it yourself. So I know that's what your mind does, but let me try to, you know, help you out here. Just a little bit before I go offline. Just because you think your audience is going to buy your bullshit doesn't mean they will, buddy. All right? Next time you want to go meet with Magic Kool-Aid and sit down and both of you talk shit about another YouTuber for days and then come up with a good excuse to try to attack them and think that everyone's going to be behind you and on your side for it, maybe you should just be honest about it when you do your show. Maybe you should just have him on with you because it looks really bad. You pretending to be so against these types of secret propaganda groups, and then it comes out you're running one yourself. It looks really fucking bad, bro. Guys, thanks for watching. I appreciate you. I'll be back. I'm going over to the UNIRock archive if you want to come talk to me for the after show. The channel, Dodge or Rachel, if you want to drop the link to the UNIRock archive. I'm going over to my third channel to do the after show. Meet me over there if you want to talk. This has already gone on way too long. And CW, don't worry, bro. I'm just double checking the rest of the shit I have on you to make sure it's solid and make sure I have actual, make sure I can back up everything I'll drop. And I got a little bit more to give about you here in a couple weeks. It's how I roll.
This time could be the norm. Na na na, this time. This time could be the norm. Na na na, this time. This time could be the norm. Na na na, this time.